I stood in the gleaming lobby of the Pinewood Haven Lodge, my voice reverberating off the sleek mountain chic decor I'd spent months perfecting. "What do you mean Ethan's taking over as CEO?" I demanded, incredulous. I poured my soul into saving this place, our family's crumbling hotel, and now this? My mom flicked her hand dismissively as if swatting away a fly. "Lila, sweetie, your brother's got that natural leadership spark. You're too caught up in the little things," she said, her tone dripping with condescension, like I was still a kid tugging at her apron strings. Then Ethan sauntered in, hands shoved in his pockets, that cocky grin plastered across his face, the same one he'd worn since we were teens. "Hey sis, don't take it personal. Someone's gotta sweat the small stuff while I steer the ship." I wanted to scream. My name's Lila Harper, and at 52, I never imagined I'd be clawing for respect in my own family's business. After 2 decades crushing it in hotel management in Chicago, I ditched everything. My cushy condo, my savings, my life, to rescue our failing Colorado lodge. The kicker? I was the only one with real hospitality chops. Ethan? He'd flitted from one dead-end gig to the next, never sticking around longer than a season. 8 months ago, my dad called me, voice cracking, begging for help. "We're weeks from losing it all," he'd said. I didn't blink. I sold my place, cashed out, and came running. The Pinewood Haven was a relic. Faded wallpaper, no online presence. Reviews so brutal they'd make a saint weep. I rolled up my sleeves and got to work. Nights blurred into days as I overhauled the reservation system, swapped out musty furniture, and coached the staff into shape. I called in favors, landing us spreads in Travel Max. And it paid off. Bookings soared, profits rolled in. And the lodge, once a 2-star dumpster fire, became the hottest spot in town. Every touch, from the hand-picked local art to the plush new amenities, screamed my vision. But now? Ethan smirked as our parents handed him my triumph on a silver platter. They were set to announce his promotion at tonight's staff meeting, where I'd planned to unveil our record-shattering quarterly numbers. The team's eyes burned into me, especially Jenna, our veteran head housekeeper. They knew who'd dragged this place back from the brink. Yet here we were, forced to swallow this charade like it was normal. Let me rewind. The Pinewood Haven's been ours since my grandparents broke ground in '71. I grew up in its corridors, mastering the trade while other kids played tag. I checked guests in with Mom, fixed leaks with Dad. It was my playground, my passion. Ethan, though? 3 years my junior, he couldn't care less. While I aced hospitality school, he flunked out of college, hopping from architecture to business before bailing to find himself. Mom and Dad shrugged it off. "He's creative, they coo. He'll figure it out." Meanwhile, I climbed the ladder in Chicago. From front desk to regional director, only to get tepid, "That's nice" pats on the head from them. Never enough. When Dad's SOS came, I knew the drill. The lodge was bleeding cash, ancient tech. No marketing, reviews calling it a time capsule in the worst way. I quit my job, dipped into my nest egg, and dove in. Month 1 was triage, new carpets, a booking system that didn't crash. Staff who smiled. Ethan? Off, networking in Denver, code for bar hopping. He'd breeze in for dinner, toss out half-baked ideas, then vanish. Still, Mom and Dad acted like his crumbs matched my grind. I thought the turnaround would prove my worth. Wrong. 3 weeks ago, Ethan started strutting around, screwing with my systems. He axed our top-rated continental breakfast to cut costs, oblivious to its draw. When I showed him the data, he chuckled, "Numbers don't tell the whole story, sis." Then yesterday, he fired Jenna, 15 years of loyalty, over some harebrained scheduling tweak that'd leave us short-handed. I saved her job, but the sting in her eyes gutted me. I pleaded with Mom and Dad, armed with spreadsheets, glowing reviews, projections. Dad stared into his coffee. Mom patted my hand. "Give Ethan time, dear. He's got big ideas." That's when I saw it, a for sale sign on the old Riverbend Lodge, our faded rival. I pulled over, mind buzzing. Bigger spa, killer views, ski slope access, it was raw potential. I sat there, replaying every time my family sidelined me. Something snapped or clicked. I called my realtor from the car. By morning, I had a viewing lined up. Screw watching Ethan torch my work. I'd build my own empire. The next months were a blur. While Ethan partied at Pinewood, I transformed Riverbend into the Crestview Haven. Contractors, redesigns. A crack team, I named it bold and went all in. Word spread fast. Some called it spite, Others, like my old Pinewood crew, rooted quietly. Mom tried guilting me. How could you do this to Ethan, to us? But I just smiled and dodged. Ethan's rain-tanked Pinewood, sloppy service, dirty rooms, slashed rates to stay afloat. Staff bailed, guests griped. Crestview's grand opening was electric, 6 months after that lobby showdown. My parents' faces said it all. Mom's forced grin, Dad's stunned gape, Ethan's seething glare. The local press swarmed, dubbing it Aspen's new gem. You're ruining us, Ethan snarled by the bar. This is war. I smiled. No, Ethan. This is me winning without you. Crestview shone, green tech, Lux Spa. Everything Pinewood could have been if they'd listened. Challenges came, copycat competitors, small-town snubs from Mom's cronies, lost vendor deals. I pivoted Denver suppliers. Ski tour tie-ins, nothing stopped me. Then Pinewood's loans got called. Mom and Dad showed up desperate. Help Ethan, Mom begged. Family sticks together. I stayed cool. I offered help a year ago. You picked him. Live with it. Dad muttered about Grandpa's legacy. I shot back. You gave it to a guy who treats it like a toy. The town whispers turned venomous, ungrateful. Vengeful Lila, but Crestview's buzzing lobby drowned them out. My team, many Pinewood defectors, became my real family. We weren't about revenge, we were about pride. The Colorado Luxury Hotels Award sealed it. Crestview snagged Best New Boutique. Pinewood wasn't even nominated. On stage, I thanked my squad and gave a nod to Pinewood, where my love for this game began. The crowd squirmed at the shade. Backstage, a big-shot travel editor cornered me for a feature. My parents eavesdropped as I spilled how being overlooked lit my fire. Underestimation breeds the best wins, I said, loud and clear. The mag later crowned Crestview top in the Rockies, with Pinewood as the poster child for stagnation. Boom, truth bomb. It stings, sure, how they dismiss me. But walking into Crestview, seeing guests beam, staff shine. Coffee scent mingling with mountain air. It's mine. No validation needed. 3 weeks post-awards, Mom and Dad invited me to dinner. Tense vibes, nervous smiles. We're proud, Dad mumbled. Crestview's amazing, Mom added. Then the ask, Ethan's drowning. Help us. I didn't flinch. I tried. You chose him. I'll share tips, but I'm not fixing his mess. They balked? But I drove home light-free. Crestview hit new highs, full bookings, consulting gigs. Pinewood limped on with a hired gun. Ethan faded, I thrived. At the regional awards, Crestview won Boutique of the Year. Mom and Dad watched, teary-eyed, offering silent nods. No words needed. I toasted my team, my true kin, and felt it, peace. Success isn't their regret, it's my proof. I'm enough.